You're watching Stay Woke. Join me and my guests on our never-ending quest to keep you informed, introspecting, and of course, woke. You're watching Stay Woke with myself, Nomalanga Shozi, and today we're talking about Black love. And joining us is Didintle, Khunou and TK Sebothoma. Welcome, guys. This is a safe space.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about Black love, the love we have for ourselves and love we have for each other. And I've got a couple of questions. I'm going to start with you, Didintle. Growing up, what were your earliest recollections of the idea of love?
I think my earliest recollections of love were interactions that I'd have with my siblings, my older brothers and my little sister, playing around, being creative, finding creative outlets. I think also picking up the piano and playing the piano was also a form of love because, yeah, I realized that, wow, I can actually love something that is not in human form. I can fall in love with a skill, a craft.
And for you, TK, I think I'll just change the question a little bit. Would you say that you grew up in an environment that allowed you as a young Black man to express love to others?
My earliest recollection was really when we were traveling a lot. Me and my whole family, we used to live in KZN, so the drives down to Gauteng were really that family time, spending the time that we all spent together was really a form of love. And my parents and my brother, they allowed me to express my love for them as vice versa. And with everything that I did in my life, whether I was playing sports or when I picked up drama and all of that, the support that my family showed me was also a form of love.
Beautiful. So Didintle, how do you identify with the term Black love?
It's so tricky because when I think of the idea of love, I think it's just so limitless and infinite that when we try to put it in a category like Black love, I don't know, we kind of create blocks for ourselves in terms of how we understand our ability to love. But Black love to me is just, it's about being able to be sources of refuge to one another because of the generational traumas and because of the things that our ancestors and that we go through on a daily basis. I think Black love is just a kind of treatment that and care for each other that we have to practice. Yeah.
And for you, TK?
Yeah, like Didi said, like Black love is really the care and the treatment that we should have for each other, you know? Because like she said, our ancestors and we are going through so much as a people. So the more that we just take time for ourselves, take time for one another, that is Black love. But love in general should just be really an open thing. Putting in Black love or this type of love or that type of love, it almost puts like a cap on it. But you know what I mean?
Understand that. I understand the thinking, definitely. But I think more than anything, it is necessary for us to have a term for the way that we share and communicate love to one another as a people who have a shared experience.
Yeah,
like,
specifically because of our context.
Because of our context. We are Black, our history, our historical context, etc. and things like that. So I think the way that we communicate that within that level of consciousness and understanding that merely by the fact that you are Black, you and I have something in common that nobody else in the world can share with us. So I definitely think that then, you know...
I mean, we even have it in our own languages. Ubuntu.
Yes, Ubuntu. Things that you can't explain to somebody else or translate into another language because that's just something that we understand as Black people. So I'd say maybe that's where the category comes in.
Yeah,
right?
Totally agree.
All right, so if you could paint the perfect picture of Black love, what would it look like? And please don't say Will and Jada.
No entanglements, please.
No.
Being truly and utterly yourself with no limitations, with no judgment, with no fear of trying new things, without holding back. And we use this term a lot, but it's so powerful. And I really think if we really understand this term, then we can sort of hold on to it and take it seriously, but self-care and self-love.
Yeah.
If we can practice self-care and self-love, for me, that will be, as Black people, that will be the perfect picture where we are not struggling, we are not fighting for the little crumbs on the table, but we get the bigger pieces on the table, and we all can live comfortably, and we can all be free with what we want to do and how we want to do it.
And we can all feel like we deserve it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. We're not 5 of us fighting for one piece.
Yeah.
And now you have to step on each other's backs and step on each other's toes and what have you. So if we can just all be who we want to be and live freely and live without any sort of limitations, I think that'll be the perfect, for me, that's the perfect picture.
I have to agree with you that the expectations that we place on ourselves in romantic relationships as Black people, it really does limit how much we can grow and nurture one another. And I don't know, you know, the idea of perfection for me is just something also to question, because us as humans and being human and living the human condition,
we're inherently imperfect.
But I must agree with TK that it is in self-acceptance and in accepting others as Black people, in our Black experience, and knowing that there are so many complex identities within our Blackness, and accepting each other and loving each other for that. That is perfection. That is the perfect state of Black love. I agree with you.
I'd just add respect to that as well.
Yes.
Respect 1000%. Because for me, over and above accepting somebody, who am I to accept you as a human being? Mine is to respect you. I didn't create you. Because when you're in a point where you are able to accept somebody, it means that you're kind of at a level above them, if that makes sense. Like, I want your acceptance. As a Nigerian man, I want your acceptance as a South African woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So how is it that we can express love and, you know, to each other as South Africans, but we can't do that for our brothers and sisters outside of our borders?
No, we have to.
Are we truly expressing Black love? Do we truly understand what it means when we come from a point of superiority in many different ways?
That needs to die. It's also, yes, the perfect state of Black love is having self-respect, self-care, self-love, and self-knowledge. Really understanding our historical context and having a pan-African attitude towards ourselves and each other is also an important state for us to be in if we really want to
achieve this perfect state of Black
love.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that's it, unfortunately, for now, but I hope you enjoyed your time with us today. Now, be sure to follow the BT Africa page for more explorations regarding matters affecting communities of color. Be safe, sanitize, and remember to stay woke.